I am indeed Sasha, and I'm leading up Spark Microgrants. And like most of us here, I'm passionate about grassroots efforts. And that's what Spark Microgrants is all about. There we go. We want to stimulate grassroots efforts everywhere. And so far, we've reached a benchmark of 15 and counting. But these 15 communities we've reached with under $45,000, and they've been in 5 different countries. We're able to do this because we work with wonderful local facilitators that are NGO leaders or university students and passionate about creating change in their countries. The facilitators are key. They reach out to communities who aren't seeking resources but desperately need them. And they work with them through a series of meetings where the communities identify a problem, address the problem through creating their own proposals, and they implement it with a microgrant of around $3,000. So it seems pretty simple, right? And in many ways, it really is simple. But it's been novel in every one of the countries we've worked, and its impacts are profound. Wantiti is a great example of this. It's one of the first villages we worked with in Uganda, and we were working with Aaron Kenya, who's a native of the village and was trying to start up his own NGO. He didn't have any funding yet, and he didn't quite know how he was going to do it. So we supported him in facilitating a microgrant with the community. He went back to his hometown and organized the women in the area. So we offered a $1,600 microgrant, really small, and the women decided that they wanted to build a school with this because their kids were walking very far distances to overcrowded classrooms. Of course, I was thinking $1,600 for a school is, not very much money. But they did it in a matter of months. They designed their own proposal for a school, they built it, and they were running it. And the Siegel Foundation, being the wonderful proactive funders that they are, offered a follow-up grant of $5,000. With that money, the school was able to expand into a primary school, have real walls on its buildings, and really grow. There's now 150 students at the school. And through the process, not only did they get an awesome school out of it, but we can see that the women were really empowered. They were transformed through this process of being trusted with small amounts of money. They're empowered. They've engaged actors that they didn't think they could before. At the beginning, they said the men would never get involved and that the local government was just too corrupt. Through the process, and after implementing the project, they got donations from the men for infrastructure of the school, and they've engaged local governments and local fundraisers. It's really incredible and moving to see how much they're doing and how proud of their project they are. Another example is in Nyabigeni, Rwanda. We were working with Ernest Ngabo, who's a journalism student at the National University. And Ernest said that this was the poorest community he knew about, and he really wanted to help them. So he facilitated a microgrant there. And the first few meetings were a little scary. The community members were fighting with each other. They were literally yelling at each other because the community members were mixed, Bachwa and non-Bachwa. The Bachwa were notorious for stealing and begging, and the non-Bachwa were very annoyed at them for this. So through the process of developing their own proposal, they became cooperative with one another. They saw that they had this chance at starting their own business, and they took advantage of it. When they started implementing the project, one person did indeed steal potato seeds. And their first reaction was, oh, we're going to go to Mzungu, Ernest better tell Sasha that this problem is happening so she can solve it. And Ernest told them right back that they needed to solve the problem themselves and could they do it. And they indeed did. They organized another community meeting themselves, and they created rules and regulations for their cooperative. They created a punishment system for anybody who stole from the project, and they effectively dealt with this problem themselves. It was really impressive to see them do this themselves and also see that they didn't need somebody from the outside like me coming in and solving the problem for them. They did it. And through this process, they did indeed become empowered again. And it's remarkable to see these communities do these projects that are really outstanding, like schools and improving health, starting social businesses. But what's really incredible is seeing them become empowered through the process to build local trust, internal trust in their communities, and have a new level of activism in their own development, and see them start to take hold of their own development. And for many groups, we've seen them write the first proposals of their lives, but we haven't seen them write their last.